Hello, and welcome to today's discussion. I'm Claire, and joining me is Alan. We're covering some of the latest news stories that have been making headlines.
That's right, Claire. We'll be diving into a few significant developments, starting with a story out of the United States involving President Donald Trump and the Smithsonian Institution.
President Donald Trump has ordered his administration to install signs at the Smithsonian's U.S. History Museum indicating where he believes the information presented is inaccurate. The administration views this as a way to direct visitors to what they consider accurate information regarding America's history.
That's an interesting move. What exactly does the reporting say about the nature of these signs and where they will be placed?
According to the articles, the signs will be installed temporarily near the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. The administration hasn't provided detailed information on the specific exhibits they consider inaccurate.
So it's not clear what exactly will be on these signs or how they'll identify the allegedly inaccurate information.
Exactly. The reports mention that Trump's move follows a report released on July 4 by his Domestic Policy Council, but the details of that report and how it ties to the signage aren't entirely clear.
This action by Trump seems to be part of a broader trend, where governments and political figures are trying to shape the narrative around historical and educational content. Speaking of which, there's been a significant development in India related to education.
Yes, India's Education Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, has resigned following weeks of protests led by students over alleged exam leaks and irregularities in the education system. This marks a significant concession from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government.
The protests were quite widespread, I understand. Can you tell us more about what sparked them and what the protesters were demanding?
The protests were primarily driven by allegations of exam leaks, particularly surrounding the NEET exam, which is crucial for medical school admissions in India. Students and activists demanded action against those responsible and called for Pradhan's resignation, holding him accountable for the alleged irregularities.
Pradhan's resignation is certainly a major development. What's the latest on who will take over his role?
Prahlad Joshi has been appointed as the new education minister, in addition to his existing portfolios. Joshi has pledged to perform his duties to the best of his capacity under Prime Minister Modi's guidance.
It sounds like Joshi has a challenging task ahead, given the controversy surrounding the education ministry. What are his qualifications for this new role, and what's known about his approach so far?
Joshi is a 5-term Lok Sabha MP from Karnataka and has held various key portfolios. While specific details about his educational qualifications and approach to the education ministry are still emerging, he's expected to address the issues that led to Pradhan's resignation.
The situation in India seems to be closely tied to the protests and the demands made by the students. There's also a mention of the Cockroach Janta Party, CJP, being involved in the protests. Can you tell us more about their role?
The CJP was indeed active in the protests, demanding Pradhan's resignation and calling for reforms. Interestingly, their founder, Abhijit Dipke, has recently been diagnosed with typhoid but has vowed to continue the protest.
I see. So despite the personal challenges Dipke is facing, the CJP's agitation continues. How does this development fit into the broader context of the protests and the government's response?
The CJP's determination to continue the protest indicates that the movement is not just about Pradhan's resignation, but also about broader reforms in the education system. The government's response, including Pradhan's resignation and the appointment of Joshi, suggests they're taking the protesters' demands seriously.
That's a good point. It's also worth noting that there are other significant stories happening globally, such as the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine.
Yes, the latest reports indicate that there have been attacks in both countries, resulting in casualties. In the partly Russian-occupied Zaporizhia region, Ukrainian forces are accused of attacking tourist resorts, killing 8 people, including 2 children. Meanwhile, in Ukraine's Sumy region, a Russian drone strike reportedly killed 3 people.
The conflict continues to have devastating effects on civilians. What do we know about the current state of the conflict and any potential developments on the horizon?
The situation remains fluid, with both sides reporting casualties and attributing blame to the other. There's no clear indication of a ceasefire or immediate resolution. The international community continues to monitor the situation.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that there are many complex issues at play, from educational reforms in India to the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine and the controversial actions by President Trump in the U.S.
That's right. Each of these stories highlights the challenges faced by governments and institutions in addressing public concerns and maintaining transparency. It's a reminder of the importance of staying informed and engaged with current events.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Thank you for joining us.
Goodbye, and thank you for listening.